Okay, here we go. So back on the Matic chart. Sorry for being away. Still away at the moment, doing one of those horrible caravan holidays with extended family, and not very relaxing. I can tell you that much. And it's not really had any chance, not a single moment to even think about making a video. But I'm making one now, and I'm making it on the slowest, most rubbish laptop you could possibly imagine. But we'll make it work. So since I've been away, and since my last video anyway, I think the last video I made was just about here, just started to break above this white line here, which is the 200 EMA. This is the moving average, which I consider to be a turning point for the trend. And on my other videos I was saying how since we broke it and since there was a death cross only on the hourly chart, bear that in mind. Looking on the hourly chart for Matic is for me the most useful because it's such a small chart and it makes such big moves in such small spaces of time that an hourly chart does seem to be the easiest for me to read for this coin anyway. As the coin gets older, obviously the chart will have more relevance for different time frames, but the hourly is the best one for me anyway. So here we are anyway on the hourly, and that 200 EMA had become a resistance point, which unfortunately was relatively strong and was keeping the price down, and we were finding lower lows, and it was getting a little bit scary. Anyway, we've turned a corner now, and my last video I remember we had just broken it, but it was very early, and it could have just fallen back down like we'd seen here. We had broken it in the past, but we'd failed to remain above it. Now the good news is it looks like we've broken it, and it looks as though it's remaining above it, and not only that, but it's become a support, which is what we want. So now that this moving average has become a support, then we can start to move up with it. And as you can see, we've got a nice bend in it, and it's moving upwards, it's pointing upwards, which means that the support should keep going up and up and up. This obviously can change. Bitcoin is struggling, but it's kind of holding itself actually at the moment. I think if there was going to be a pullback, we would be very, very unlikely to find ourselves in the lower 6,000s, and if we were to find ourselves down there, we wouldn't be down there for very long. I think we were going to be dancing between 8.5 to perhaps 720 with Bitcoin. Not very likely to go further down than 720 in my book, and if it does, it gets bought straight back up. Now Matic gets bought straight back up as well, which to me would suggest that Matic is going to be the stronger mover. With any pullbacks, we'll fall further, but any recovery will move back up further. So as I've always thought with Matic isn't one of those Mickey Mouse project coins. Matic it's going to be here for a long time, and it's going to be moving up for a long time. And this is one of the coins to have. This is one of the coins I'm holding, and the coin that I'm probably going to be holding the most of for the longest period of time. So, as far as the movement's concerned, we're just making higher highs now and lower lows. We're not even bothering to come back down to test this support. We're just making our way slowly but surely up. And actually, this might not look like much of a move when we see this huge parabolic top, but really, we're going up roughly 10% a day, which is pretty strong moves. Where are we going to go from here? It's going to take maybe a couple of days for me to really get a fix on where it's likely to move. But if I was to put my money on it, which obviously I have, I'm still going to hold to my original theory, which is that I guess I gave it 6 weeks around about here. So we've got about 4.5 to 5 weeks before we make our way back up here. I still think that's going to be the case. The way that it's going and the volume that it's trading in would suggests that it's not going to suddenly go parabolic again, which is what we don't want. We don't want that. We want it to slowly trickle up, which is looks like that's where we're going. The movement here is it's similar to the original break when we moved above the 200 EMA back here. It's similar to that. It's not the same. In fact, it's stronger, even though it's taken slower time to make its way up here. It's actually stronger because we don't have this pullback here, which we had here. We don't have that right now. We are probably going to see some little pullbacks here and there, 10% perhaps here, 15% here, wherever. But we're going to keep going up, and everything's on track. To be honest with you, like I say, if you follow me, then if you watch all my videos, you would hopefully have been anticipating this move. And now that we are above this trend, this 200 EMA. Things are looking great. Now I'm going to try and make some more videos, I promise, and hopefully I'll be able to make another one tomorrow. Like I say, 4 weeks time I expect to be back up here, but in a much healthier, sustained manner. And once we get back up here again, then we probably will start to see some more dramatic growth, because people at that point will be taking a lot more interest in it, because it's recovered very well. And technically it could be seen as a blue sky breakout, because it's new, they're new highs, there's no marked off resistance at that point. Our support would probably be in the high 3000s, so it's looking very good. And like I say, if you bought back down here in that pullback, then very well done. Anyway, stay tuned for more. Thanks, goodbye.